Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to day 5 of Jacked in a Hurry. I'm excited to be here once again with you guys and share my personal experience. You get to see me training in real time. Again, this is the exact same thing that I've been doing every single Friday for the past 24 weeks. Lost over 30 pounds, built quite a bit of lean mass, and you can do the exact same thing. You just got to show up every day and go to work, okay? So again, working off of the second theme within the training week cycle. So second 3 days, okay, we're focusing on refinement, conditioning and functionality of the whole training experience and how we target our muscle groups for today. Since this is our second day within the second cycle, we're focusing on chest and buys. We've already done that within the first cycle, but we're back at it again and we're gonna kill it, okay? Higher rep ranges, lower loads, shorter rest intervals, and just rock and roll with it, okay, you guys? So again, this is one of these workouts, and this is the overarching theme of the program, is check the ego at the door. It's not what you lift, it's not how much you lift, it's how you lift in general, okay? You're using these tools to drive a certain stimuli to the body. So focus on the body and not the tools or even the exercises at hand, okay? They're irrelevant in the grand scheme of things, okay? So let's have fun with it, you guys. Check the ego at the door, chest buys, second time around, day 5, let's get started. Again, just as I've done every single day this week, I start off from the ground, doing my dynamic drills, and then I get into my movement rehearsal and I start working with it, okay? So let's do it. All right. Got my roller. So day 5, guys, I'm feeling good now. I'm not tired, I'm not drained. That's why I'm able to keep doing this week in and week out. Push too hard once or twice throughout the week, you're not going to want to be in here on Friday or Saturday morning. I like those for the stability of the shoulder. Anything goes, you guys. Do whatever it is you need to do in order to get prepped. If you're training first thing in the morning, you're gonna probably want to do a little bit more for your warm-ups. Okay, I'm set there. On to our movement rehearsals. So first biplex, we've got barbell bench press on a flat bench. So flat barbell bench press paired up with a seated alternating bicep curl, dumbbell version obviously. You guys are going to notice that on the second cycle within the training week, the sequence of exercises changes. So day 1, when we focused on, which was day 2 for the week, but I'm referring to chest and biceps day, the first time we did it. We focused on incline bench, okay, for the first exercise. And we worked on a flat bench with dumbbells. So we're flipping it around today, the sequence, okay, and we're focusing on flat barbell. And the second exercise within today's workout is incline presses, okay? You're gonna notice that theme throughout the program, okay? For the second cycle within the training week, we change up the sequence, we change up the stimuli overall, okay? So for example, like I told you, I wanted to focus more on upper chest. So my first day focused on mass building for upper chest. Flat, I'm not concerned with, so I'll go a little lighter and I'll crank out more reps today with that, okay? And then we're still gonna hit the incline, but it's not gonna be a priority as it was on our first day, okay? Same thing with our biceps. That's not straight. Takes me a sec to set up. Okay, that's better. You guys want to keep your shoulders healthy? Keep it right in here. My shoulders are good, so I go a little deeper into my upper chest. Still doesn't feel good. Keep it there. Again, movement rehearsal, 1 or 2 sets. Take yourself through the range of motion. Get yourself mentally prepared for the set. So our seated curls. Old school. Do as many as you need to. Okay, I'm good there. All right, boys, so I'm gonna get right into it. Again, higher rep ranges second time around. So I'm going to go in with a plate. In your program, I've outlined 10 to 15 reps. I mean, if you end up going too heavy and you get 8, that's a successful set, okay? You might want to reduce for the next one, or if you like, just stay at 8. See how that works out for you over the next couple of weeks. Overall, training chest twice a day, and there's so much overlapping. When we did shoulders yesterday, we still hit a lot of chest through a lot of the overhead pressing that we do. And because you're overlapping and the stimuli is there every single day, you're gonna grow. But you gotta back that up with good nutrition, right? So that's where nutrition comes in, is that you eat to fuel your training, you eat to fuel hypertrophy, and you also eat in a certain way to enhance fat loss overall, okay? So that's the primary focus of our training model here, is hypertrophy. This has nothing to do with fat loss or weight loss. All that's taken care of with your nutrition. All right, here we go. First biplex for day 5, chest and bis. We've got barbell flat bench, seated alternating curls. Okay, so let's go. First set. do one more. For the first set done, you guys. Now on my bench, I went up to 18 reps. The program suggests I go 10 to 15. If I would have stopped at 15 because the program said so, I wouldn't have gotten the most out of that set. Now, I didn't go to failure. I still left about 3 reps in reserve. Okay? But I'm not gonna stop a set because the program said so. I'm actually feeling stronger than I thought I was for today. And this happens all the time, you guys. The mind gets in the way of the body. But sometimes the ego gets in the way of progress. Okay, and that's the difference here, is you gotta work with the body. So I just cranked out more reps than the program suggests. And this time around, for the second and third set, I'm just gonna increase the weight. So I'll probably add an additional 20 pounds. And now once I'll get to 10 to 15, I'll probably be satisfied with that. Now if I'm in here and I'm stimulating the ego, then I load up too much weight and I'll max out at 10, right? You're here to stimulate the body, to stimulate the muscle, not the ego. So check the ego out the door. And funny enough, I just did that one set and my chest is already pumped. Feels like it's about to burst out of my shirt. It's how you lift, how you connect with what you're doing. Keep the tension throughout the entire set. As soon as you start using momentum, you lose the tension, and you're working the bar, or the bar's working you, which is even worse. So focus on the muscle. So yeah, we're gonna go through this workout a lot quicker than the legs and shoulders. Just, it's not as demanding, right? And I'm gonna be recovering a lot faster. So let's go. Second round. Now that's a good set. Started feeling it at 10, did 2 more, got 12, could have pushed for 15, but would have maxed out. So that to me, in my books, is a very good weight to work with. I could probably go heavier here, but I'll stick with it. So that's good, 12. A lot of you guys are not going to be able to handle the idea of backing off, you know, before hitting failure. You're not going to be able to handle the concept of coming in here and working with lighter weights and focusing on quality versus quantity. And that's your ego getting in the way. And look at your previous history. If you haven't had the results you want to change your mindset around, and you want to approach this with a different philosophy, with a different mindset altogether, okay? And that's why we're here. I'm showing you that the way, the path, the road that leads to the results that you want consists of two primary pillars, and that's frequency of stimuli to the body. Think of any athlete. Athletes train every day, and they train for long periods of time in terms of their off seasons are usually really short, and even during their off season they're training. They're training year round, and for the most part, high-end athletes, elite athletes, professional athletes have been training for years, decades. So that shows you that frequency and consistency is the common denominator amongst all athletes, okay, that have a physique that most of us admire. But the training models and parameters that they use all vary. So focus on frequency and consistency, and then the rest of the stuff, you know, you fill in as you go. I think we're good for the third set, first biplex. I could stop there. Two more and I would have probably hit my max. But again, you guys, I'm not working with a tempo in mind. I'm just focusing on that tension. Stretch, contract, tension throughout. Forgot which arm I started with, but I think that was 12-12. So first biplex done, guys. On to the second one. Incline dumbbell press with a rotation. Now, I never used to rotate my dumbbells in, but on this program I found that it gave me more of a peak contraction on my chest, so I stuck with it, and I really like the way it feels. Again, the way it feels, as opposed to, well, that's a superior way to performing an exercise in comparison to if you're not rotating. Not true, okay? Go off of what feels better to you. I like the rotation. And then we've got standing alternating hammer grip dumbbell curls, okay? So let's set it all up. Okay, I'll leave that there. I'll do a quick movement prep. All right, we're good to go. So second biplex. Incline dumbbell presses, standing alternating hammer grip dumbbell curls. Second biplex, again, if any of these exercises don't fit into your overall program, if this doesn't feel good to you, if your shoulders are off or whatever, feel free to substitute it with another exercise, okay? Everyone's always concerned with immediate aspects of a workout or workout feedback, okay? They're obsessed with how am I gonna feel right now after this set and how am I gonna feel after today's workout. They're just focused on right now, short-term feedback. They don't understand that it's the overall residual and cumulative aspects of overall program design that bears fruit over time, okay? So it's just the overall program that matters, not the single variables within a workout. All you gotta do is show up, be consistent with showing up every day, be consistent with the training splits that we're utilizing, be consistent with the biplex format. Exercises, you can cherry pick, you can move them around, okay? Best thing again, your body thrives on regularity. Your body thrives on consistency, okay? So I do recommend picking exercises that you're gonna feel good about and sticking with them for the long haul, for the next 24 weeks. So this has been my split for the last 24 weeks. Okay, I might have changed a few things around here and there, but for the most part, everything has been the same. So that whole notion about you gotta change things up to shock the body, to keep the body confused so that the body doesn't adapt, that is nonsense. Your body thrives on regularity. Your body wants consistency. You want an adapting body, not an adaptive body. And an adapting body is a result of residual cumulative aspects of the training stimuli versus if you're trying to switch things up too frequently, you're not going to get anywhere with that, okay? And you see it all around, all these programs. You're switching things up every week, you're switching things up every 4 weeks. You don't have to do that, okay? But again, whatever program you're on, if you're consistent with it, you're going to get results. But this program is all about simplicity, okay? Let's keep it simple, let's get in here and have fun, okay? So let's go, second biplex, incline barbell presses. I usually start from the top. That's good. On to our second one. Again, I don't need as much rest as I do when I'm training legs and shoulders, so I'll go right into it. I'll back off there at 12s. Biofeedback. Throat's getting a little dry. That means I'm talking too much. If you're at the gym and you're talking too much, you're focusing on the wrong thing, you guys. Another thing is on the whole idea of program design is that these days it's almost a must, it's a prerequisite to take what is actually simple in nature and complicate it. Whenever something is complex, it makes it seem like it's more valuable. And that's the problem, or the paradigm blindness within the fitness industry, is that the more complex we make all these principles and training parameters, etc., we assume that somehow that program is then cutting edge. So as long as I apply myself to that program, I'm going to get the results that I want. And it's not true. A lot of these things are so irrelevant that it makes no difference, especially for regular Joes like you and I. It's very simple, and the truth is that most guys that look the part, they don't know much about training. But what they do differently is that they're consistent with it. They just show up and lift every single day. You know, there are so many different disputes whether split body training is useless and you need to do full body and you need to do CrossFit. It doesn't matter. As long as you're consistent with it, you're going to get the results. But the bottom line is that every program works, but it's not the program, it's the individual. You're the common denominator here. So it's up to you to make this work, okay? And the only way to make it work is to be consistent with it, and that's what I've designed this program with that in mind, is that how do I be consistent with it? And instead of complicating things, I literally simplified everything, and I wrote my entire program out on one sheet of paper 24 weeks ago, okay? So remember, this is what I do for a living. So what got me personally into trouble is that I lost myself in all the numbers, the tempos, the sets and reps, and you know, I confused myself. And I said, forget all that, and I just simplified everything, and I started showing up every single day, and here I am, okay? So I proved to myself, and you're gonna experience the same thing, that none of that really matters. So you don't need to fear that if you're gonna be doing this, it's not gonna work out for you. It will, because this program is assembled on the two primary pillars of success, and that is consistency, okay? Consistency on the fundamentals, and the fundamentals is move every day, track your nutrition, and you're set. All right, let's go, second round. So started feeling it around 10, 12, starting to kind of get a little heavier, so I back off, okay? I'll stick with the 30s. I'll move back here, so. Maxed out there, pretty close. Again, that's okay, you guys. If you're going to max out on anything, it should be the secondary exercises. Within every biplex, the first exercise is the most demanding exercise within the biplex, okay? That's the one you want to make sure you're never hitting to failure, okay? Always backing off with 3 to 4 reps in the tank. And if you are going to push to failure or close to there, do it on the secondary exercises, because they're always a little bit less demanding. They don't require as much energy, reserves, or focus, mental focus and attention, okay? So I don't recommend you do that. Again, we want to focus on consistency in the long haul, but I know how some guys are. You're gonna want to push. And you might need to learn the hard way that that's not what gets you the results. But I mean, if that's what you do, that's what you're gonna do. So we've got one more and then we're halfway through. It's a quick one today. You guys can vary your angles too, right? So I could go a little bit higher, but I'm gonna get more anterior delt. I could go a little bit lower. Again, not a big deal. If you're at the gym and all the incline benches are taken, do the flat, and then if you get the incline on the next, for your next biplex, use it. You can flip-flop them like that. The program is very flexible and very dynamic, you guys, okay? So let's go, third round, I'm good to go. Watch me lying back, right? So a lot of people struggle with lying back, and also pay attention to how I get up. So you can do it with both legs, kick the knees up, get the dumbbells to your shoulders, or a single, pop, pop, and you're set. Starting to feel that there, so I was close to max on the curls here. I'm gonna go lighter, down to 25s. I'll back off there. And again, 12s. That's a good set. Starting to lose my voice because I've been talking and coaching you through these sessions the whole week, guys. It's taking a little bit out of me. I actually had to carb up yesterday. And again, my refeeds are usually, I'll either refeed on carbs on Saturday or Sunday, where I do a huge spike day. But yesterday being Thursday, I felt like I needed a boost just because I think I'm giving off so much. I'm focused on my training, but at the same time I'm trying to coach you through it. And it's taking more energy than usual. So I had to get some cereal and some bagels in me yesterday. So feeling a little better though, but losing the voice a little bit. Okay, so I think that was 3 sets. We're halfway through the workout. Third biplex. Flat dumbbell flies. If you recall what we did on the first day for chest and buys, we did flat dumbbell presses. And we had incline flies. For today, the sequence changes, right? We did incline dumbbell presses. We're doing flat dumbbell flies, okay? And the bicep exercise here is a rope cable curl, okay? So again, the theme, watch this. First, there's 2 bicep exercises for the long head and 2 bicep exercises for the short head. So I'll do 2 with supinated grip, and I'll do 2 with a neutral grip or a pronated grip. Okay, so palms in, or in here. So the rope's gonna be neutral grip, okay? Get the hammer grip curls in, just like we did with the dumbbells. And on the third one, I'll go supinated, okay? But again, if you don't like how that feels, find another exercise that you can do for a hammer grip variation, or simply use an easy curl bar and do reverse curls. I'll set everything up. The rope. Third biplex, flat dumbbell flies, and then we've got the rope curls. Okay, let's go. Now I'm using quite a bit of weight here on the flies. Usually I'll go, when I started off I was going a lot lighter. I was using 25s and I'm up to 40s right now. But I'm really comfortable with the form. So again, focusing on quality, focusing on the form and the tension and what I'm doing. I like the way that felt. I'll stay with that, and it's 12, it's not 15. But again, anything within 12 to 20 rep range on the flies, I'm good with. So hammer grip curls. That's a little heavy. I like to go up to 15 on that one, so I got 12. I'll reduce the weight. Yeah, again, in comparison to legs and shoulders, you guys, big difference. So what I would recommend, if you're finding legs and shoulders way too taxing, substitute the exercises, okay? So that it's not as draining. Okay, be smart, build it up over time. Flies, you gotta be comfortable with it, okay? It's one of those exercises. A lot of people aren't comfortable with them. They don't do them right. They either get hurt or they hate them. And that's just because the technique is not there or they're going too heavy. But I find as soon as you correct the technique, you can go heavier and work through that range of motion and feel good about it and be comfortable with the movement pattern. Okay? So I'll probably reduce the weight here down to 35s just to get a little bit more of a stretch and maybe go a little bit higher in reps. So round 2. Tension throughout. Second time around, lighter weight, same number of reps. So that 12 with a lighter load felt just as hard as the first 12 with a heavier load. So sometimes you gotta adjust these things on the fly. Again, I'm going off of my feel, not trying to keep up with whatever weights I used for the first set. If I'm doing that, I'm gonna not sticking to the principles of the overall theme of today's workout, right? So I reduced the weight and still got to 12. I might need to reduce further, or I might need to stay and hit another 12, okay? So again, work with your body, not on it or against it. Listen to it. That's 2 sets, one more. All about smart and an intelligent approach to transforming your body as opposed to just pushing through, feeling like shit afterwards, you know, binging on the weekends. That's not what it's all about, right? Raise your standards, guys. For the longest time when I struggled with weight, you know, I was at my heaviest point, I was 276. And I always had a reason as to why I couldn't get the results that I wanted. You know, I had a story. And my life told a story based on the story I was telling myself. And it was either my job was too demanding. I was working as a personal trainer at a very busy commercial gym. Didn't really get along with my boss. There was a lot of competition. Didn't have the self-esteem. Didn't have the time to train because I was so busy, you know. So it was my boss, my job, my living arrangements. I was living at home, or this and that. And then I moved out here. I opened my own business, started personal training on my own, still struggled with it. So then I realized, okay, it wasn't the job. It wasn't my boss's fault. Now it's running my own business is stressful. That's the problem. You know, and I always had a reason why I wasn't living, you know, at my potential. And then at some point, I realized that I was the common denominator amongst all those things. And if I wanted for my life to change, I had to change first. You know, you can't look at a mirror and expect for your reflection in the mirror to smile at you first. When you're frowning, when you're looking at your own reflection, you gotta smile first, and then the reflection will reflect that back onto you. And so that was a moment of epiphany for me. I realized that it was me. And the moment I embraced myself and saw myself as the problem, it also empowered me to see myself as the solution. And that's when shit started happening, okay? I raised my standards in terms of how I showed up in life, day in and day out, moment to moment. Every single thing I do, okay, has my stamp on it, my name on it. Whether I'm walking the dog and I see shit from somebody else's dog that, you know, didn't get picked up and thrown out, I'll pick it up and throw it out because that's what I want. Those are my standards. I don't care if anybody sees it. I don't care if anybody notices that. That's what I expect from myself. Moment to moment, everything I do has my name on it, okay? And That's how I live my life now. And so the big part of the transformation is my mentality, my belief system that has changed. And because that's changed, how I practice living on a day-to-day basis has changed drastically as well. I show up and I train. You know, I eat a certain way. I'll go out for walks. I'm more active. I'm more social. I'm more confident. I tackle various business ventures right now. I've got so many things, so many ideas that I just want to dive into. Why? Mindset changed, my physiology changed, and therefore my entire life is changing, okay? You guys are 24 weeks away from living your new life. But you gotta show up and you gotta pay the dues for the next 24 weeks and beyond, okay? All right, let's go. Third set. I'll stick with the 35s because I talked and I'm fully recovered now. So let's see what we can do. 12 to 20. A little bit of rest goes a long way. That's that for biplex 3. One more biplex and we're done. So you guys, anybody can achieve a short-term goal. Anybody can apply themselves for a short duration. You know, and I'm sure you've been there before where you've lost 15, 20 pounds on some crazy diet. You know, you starved yourself or you ate nothing but protein or fasted, whatever, you know, but this program is not about that. This program is here to help you systemize a way of living so that you have an ongoing progress beyond the 24-week transformation, okay? So you're gonna hit it, you're gonna get to where you wanna get to, but you're gonna continue building on it, okay? So it's a system that's gonna continue supporting your values, your vision, your dreams. That's what it's all about. It's not a, that's why it's not a 6-week body transformation. That's why it's not a 12-week body transformation. Man, you might get to your goal weight in 16 weeks, not 24. You might get there sooner. Does that mean you stop? You stop doing what you're doing that is working for you, that's setting up the foundation for you to live a life at your potential? No, you're not gonna stop. So this is now. This is a shift, okay? So if I'm standing in here and what I'm representing to myself and of myself is an out of shape body, someone that lacks confidence, someone that is depressed, someone that is self-conscious. You know, what do I need? This isn't working for me anymore. I can get away with eating pizza, having beers, being social, but at the end of the day, when I'm looking in the mirror, I'm not happy. In the morning when I'm getting dressed, I'm miserable. If that's no longer working for me, if that's no longer resonating with my inner self, who I know myself to be at the core, then I need a shift. And you step out of this representation of who you are today, and you step into a new representation. And this representation lives and abides by different values in life. Okay? The practice of life is reflecting very different motives, okay? You show up and you train. You have a different preference for food. You deal differently with stress or conflict or whatever it may be. And you live from that state. You make that decision and you just do it. You don't attach struggle to it. You don't attach frustration to it. You don't attach drama to it. You've been there before. You've experienced it to the fullest. And if that's not what you want for yourself, and this is what you want for yourself, then make that decision and live from that place. Don't attach anything to it other than joy, fulfillment, happiness. That doesn't mean you're not going to be challenged, but challenges are good. Challenges is what makes us grow. And what fulfills us in life, you guys, is not achievement, it's progress. Have you not ever achieved a goal and thought to yourself, oh, well, is that all there is? What's next? It feels good. It's like a brand new pair of shoes or a new car. But after a week, a month, it no longer has the same significance to you. And you're on to the next thing. Why? Because that next thing represents progress, represents growth. Okay? And that's what fulfills us. It's not the achievements. Think of all the successful people, pro athletes, Hollywood actors. You know, they've achieved everything on a success scale in the way that we define success in Western society. But they're still stealing, lying, cheating. They're addicted to drugs and alcohol and all sorts of things. And they've got so many problems because achievement is not what fulfills us. They're still unfulfilled. They're still feeling empty and they're searching for ways to fill that void within. So I'm telling you, you have a goal in mind. Yes, you focus on it, but know that you're not going to be fulfilled. And I've actually had many clients that come in to see me and they achieve their goals. In most cases, they surpass their goals. They tell me they want to lose 40 pounds, they end up losing 60 and they look fantastic. But then a month after or a few months later, they'll sit down with me and they'll say, hey Ruslan, you know, I've gotten to my goal and I thought that I'd be happier. And don't get me wrong, I am happy. But I feel like there is still something missing. Right there, you guys. That's a sign that what you're telling yourself is going to fulfill you and change your whole entire life. It's not it. Definitely it gives you leverage, it makes you feel good, but it feeds into a purpose beyond just the vanity of looking good. And I really hope you get that. Watch all my videos on mindset, on training philosophy, diet philosophy, etc. Very important to get. Lasting, sustainable results are all about this, not this here, okay? The body is a representation of your belief system. Alright, so I think we're on to our last biplex. We've got cable crossovers. I do the bottom ones, okay, for my upper chest again. And a seated concentration curl. I don't really like it, but I mean, I'm limited as to what I can and cannot use here. That's the one I go with. It's pretty easy. So yeah, there's no particular reason as to why I do it. You know, I'm trying to bring out a peak in my buy or whatever. That's not what I'm focused with here. So let's finish this off. Last biplex for day 5. Careful. All right. We got a 8. Okay. 20. All right. Here we go. I'll get some water. You can shoot from here. that was a little heavy. I was losing the tension and I started using momentum. So I'll reduce the load. You could see that the speed was really high, and that's a sign that you're going too heavy. Actually, the way you progress exercises, you want to focus on control first. Second is the speed. Once you've mastered maintenance on mastering the tension throughout the entire duration of a set, you can start utilizing speed, but it has to be done with control and great precision versus momentum, okay? A lot of guys use momentum when they're using speed. That's not the right way to progress on this program, okay? So once you're comfortable with, before you take up the loads, you can play around with increasing the speed while maintaining tension throughout the whole exercise, okay? So let's go with the concentration curl. I do like full extension on my buys. As you guys look at all my execution on every single exercise that I do, I work through full ranges. I really like to get a max stretch before I focus on contraction. Really focusing on lengthening all my muscles, whether it's shoulders, back pull downs, chest, get full contraction, full stretch. Really working throughout the entire range of motion. It just feels good to me, and that to me is quality. And that's a personal preference. It is something that I do coach my clients on, but sometimes if you've got a previous injury, you might be better off working with modified ranges of motions. Up to you. So again, this is the last biplex, boys. We're almost done. 2 more sets. I'm recovering very quickly right now, so let's do this. Let's go on to our second one. That was a lot better. For the next one, I'll show you what the upper crossovers look like. Shoot from there. Like that. A little bit of momentum and cheating there, that's fine. It's way too heavy for what I want. Again, I'm not gonna stop a set at 6, but I mean, you deal with it. Next one, I'll go lighter. Guys, cheating on your sets is not a problem as long as it's used strategically and purposefully, as opposed to you're doing it on every single set, on every single rep. That's useless. Okay, but if at the end of the workout you're fatiguing and you grab too heavy of a load, by all means use the momentum, use a little bit of swinging motion to get through the set. Next one, yeah, adjust the weight. So again, not a problem. As long as you have a strategy in place and purpose, you're good. There's even room for all these little cheats and swings and all sorts of things. There is no failing at this. You miss a workout, pick it up on the next one. It's okay. You know, one of my pet peeves, you guys, is hearing, this is one of the most common excuses used out there by people, is that, well, life gets in the way. Yeah, life gets in the way. That's because you're here to live a life. Okay, and if you don't know what you stand for, if you don't know who you are, if you don't know what foundation you're standing upon and what path you're traveling, it's very easy to become your circumstances. So as soon as the circumstances change, you become them. And yes, life gets in the way of you pursuing your goals. Very common, right? But the thing is that most of the times you cannot change your circumstances. The only thing you can change is yourself and how you respond to these circumstances and events that are going on in your life. And again, when you know who you are and what you stand for, none of that stuff phases you. You still keep going down the same path because it has value to you. It serves a greater purpose in your life, greater purpose than instant gratification or whatever chaos is going on, and you crumble and you buckle down to your knees. Okay? And another excuse that people use is that when they're training and they're trying to go to the gym 4 times a week, 5 times a week or whatever, the excuse is that the training gets in the way of them living their life. So they're never happy either way. It's either life gets in the way of them reaching their goals, their weight loss goals or whatnot, or it's their training gets in the way of them living their life. And they're caught in between this hard in the rock place. And you know, this is the non-subjective nature of the gym, guys. Nobody is going to give this to you. You can't go out and buy a body. You can't go and buy a physique. You gotta show up and you gotta earn it. And you're gonna get out of this experience exactly what you put into it. You're gonna get it out of it in direct proportion as to what you invest in it. Every single day is an investment. And what bears the fruit of the labor is, again, is going to be seen as a compounding effect of everything you've done over the last little while. So 24 weeks from now, you string everything together and you're going to have that end result. Okay? Nobody can give it to you. But the principles you learn in here, showing up, paying your dues, being consistent with everything, being frequent. When circumstances around you change, you're still in here. You're still, you know, following your path. You're following your vision. You're staying true to who you are. When life throws curveballs at you, you're going to be able to deal with that. Because it's the same principles that are going to make you successful in here and successful in your overall body transformation are the exact same principles that you're going to apply out there and make your life successful. It's the same principles. They're universal laws. Consistency, frequency, courage, you know, standing tall when everyone expects you to fall down. You know, it's learning how to pick yourself up when you're down, not counting on someone else to do it. It's learning how to motivate yourself when you're depressed. It's learning how to inspire yourself when you're feeling down, not counting on someone else to do that for you. That's what this experience will teach you if you open your mind and your heart to the experience beyond building muscle and burning calories, getting lean and jacked. That's a given. As if you're showing up and you're tracking macros, that's a given. But if you want to experience life beyond diet and exercise, and you not only want to sustain these results, but continue building on them, that's what the program's about. It's a systemic approach to giving you an ongoing progress in life beyond the gym, but you use the gym as a vehicle to propel out there, okay? Third set on the last biplex, day 5, let's do this. I'll flip the handles up, I'll do the traditional crossovers. All right, here we go. Now, I haven't done this in a long time, so I don't know which weight I'm using for it. It might be a little too heavy. Yeah, way too heavy. So I'll go down to 23s. Again, not a lot of weight, you guys. 23 pounds per side. Here we go. Whoop, careful. I like that, for that contraction there. Feels awesome, all right? Biceps. So again, lighter weight this time around. I think I got 12 on this one, 15 on that. So that's it, you guys. Day 5 done. Feeling unreal, feeling awesome. I actually wish I could keep going, but time to wrap it up. Back in here tomorrow, you guys, for day 6, final day of the week. We've got back and tries, same theme, focusing on refinement, conditioning, and higher rep ranges, etc. So working with the same principles as we did within today's training experience, training concepts, and applying them tomorrow for a different body parts, okay? So again, I had fun, hopefully you guys did too. I'll see you back here tomorrow, and remember again, it's not about the ego. Check the ego out the door. Those that go into the gym and stimulate the ego, all they get is a bigger ego. But they look like shit. Check the ego out the door. Commit, focus on quality. Check it out. I'm not lifting anything heavy. I'm not exerting myself. I'm not killing myself. It's all about smart and intelligent approach to training. Be consistent with it. Be frequent with it. And I'll see you tomorrow here for day 6. And then keep killing it over the next 24 weeks, but build a greater life. You're training so that you don't suck at life, all right? See the bigger picture, live it, go out and be it now. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Peace.